y'all, it's your girl Kimberly D, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hey y'all, welcome. Don't forget to like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. And if you're returning, hey family, I am here to let you guys know that I have been celebrating. If you saw the title, then you already know, you have an idea what we're celebrating. We are celebrating birthdays. It was October and November. So we're still in November. We're wrapping up the last day of it's November 29th. So we have a day more before we wrap up November. And I like to say November is the best month of the year. It's the month that I celebrate my own national holiday, my birthday. But in addition to celebrating my birthday, as you'll see, I celebrated lots of other birthdays as well. I celebrated cousins, sister, friends, in addition to my own. And what a celebration we had. I got just little snippets of each celebration, including mine. I didn't do anything elaborate this year. We went out to brunch and it was quaint, and I had a relaxing day. I had a very enjoyable, low-key, relaxing birthday this year. What I wanted to do, I wanted to ride horses, but of course we're in November and I believe the stables were still open, but it was raining. Arizona received rain. We had rain for several days in a row, and so it was wet. So riding horses was out of the question, in my opinion. I didn't want to ride a horse in wet ground, so that was out of the question. But other than that, it was a great birthday nonetheless, and it was a great time had celebrating with friends. I actually just left a birthday party, and it was called Moms, Moo-Moos, and Mimosas, and it was a time had. It was a great time had. It was a lot of moms in their moo-moos drinking their mimosas, amongst other things. But it was a great event, and I'm really glad to have been a part of that. I got to see none other than the birthday girl herself, but also friends that I hadn't seen in a few years, friends I hadn't seen in a few months, and friends I hadn't seen in a couple days. So it was a good time nonetheless. But I am just here to introduce the video and let you guys know that we celebrated for 2 months straight. And it wasn't anything over the top. It was some things were a little unusual. I'll say that. They were a little out of my league, but I played nice anyway. And you'll see that in the beginning. It was nothing that I would have chosen for myself, but when you get invited somewhere and that person is special to you, you show up. And so that's what I did. I showed up and we had a good time. I learned a couple of things. I learned a couple of things about myself, but I learned a couple of other things that I could use in everyday life. Well, somewhat of everyday life. Nonetheless, I enjoyed several of the events, and it was just a time had. So I welcome you guys to stay tuned in, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned. Okay, this is what I was talking about. We went to Paradise Dance Studios to do some pole dancing for my cousin Damika's birthday, and they were giving us instructions. It was very informative. It was a good time nonetheless. we had a very good time, and then we took our group picture and headed out to play some bad bingo up at the casino. And so here we are heading into the bingo hall with our neck, whatever you call those things we had around our neck. That's us afterwards taking our picture. Yeah, I was one away, but no, I didn't win. And then we're headed off to have dinner with my sister for her birthday. So I just took a couple pics with friends. That's the sis. And then, of course, she's a ball of fun. You guys probably already know that by now from watching some of the other videos with her in it. And then it's off to Vegas. Vegas for the sis's birthday. And that was a fabulous time as well. No complaints there. Many things to see, many things to do. You know it's Vegas, so you do what you do in Vegas. What happens in Vegas, do what? It stays in Vegas. The colors are beautiful, the lights, the action, all the things that you would do in Vegas. And we were off to do a couple of other things, and here we go. Getting ready to head off to celebrate one of my girlfriends, Katina, back in AZ at the Gilbert Art Gallery, the Gilbert Art House to be exact. And we painted some cactus because why? Because we live in Arizona and we have cactus and it's nearing Christmas time. So why not? Why not paint cactus? We had girlfriends, there was mimosas, there was other things that they mixed up there at the Gilbert Art House, and we had a fabulous time just painting, laughing, eating, drinking. Well, your girl had water, but nonetheless there was drinks there, and we had a really good time this night. We finished up our paintings. We had some cupcakes that Katina only insists that are flown in from Vegas, of course. And then we headed off to downtown Gilbert, where we went to, I don't have it just yet. You guys will see it in just a moment, but only a small clip of it because we only took pictures hanging out on the swings. But we went to the porch. That's us. Katina insisted that we do this dance. It was a blast. But here we are at the porch on the swings. It was a time had there. A great time had there. Nonetheless, the food was good. Everything was good. And here I am with the hubby. We're headed off to the Arizona Phoenix Zoo for the zoo lights because, of course, like I said, it is nearing the holiday season and that's what we do in AZ. We have zoo lights. I don't know if you guys have that at your zoos where you live. If you do, leave it in the comments and let your girl know. But it was a fabulous time. There was lots of families there, lots of kids. There was lots of couples doing date night and all the things that people do at the zoo during zoo lights. But it was a really good time. It was actually sponsored by his company. And so we got in for free. Yeah, it was a great time. I really enjoyed that one-on-one time. We were there with a lot of people, but I enjoyed that one-on-one time with the hubby. It was something that we had always wanted to do, and the opportunity presented itself, and it was once again free. And if it's free, it's definitely for me. So we enjoyed, we came, we saw, we seen, and we're headed out. So we're just taking it all in, getting ready to head out to the car. And now I am at Brunch and Sip with my sister, my mom, and my aunt. We had an amazing time. My birthday was on a Monday, so it was nice just being out and not having that much traffic because everyone else was either at work or at home. And they gave your girl a free little birthday pancake. It had Fruity Pebbles on it, and it was absolutely divine. I don't even eat pancakes, but that was delicious. And the food did not miss either. Their food was on point. And that was at the Brunch and Sip. Or it's just called Brunch and Sip. but it was really good. Of course, I had leftovers. Yeah, I did that. Then we headed over to Dutch Brothers, where I got my free birthday drink. And I asked for a pineapple matcha, but I believe I got a watermelon matcha. Nonetheless, we headed over to Bath & Body Works for their sale. And of course, we were a day late, but they had other sales going on. So it still all worked out. And you can't beat a good Bath & Body Works sale. Not at all. Because the sale that I was looking for was the $2.95. I believe it was the hand soaps. And it came right back around. And yes, I did take part and indulged in that. But yeah, we walked around, smelled a few items, and then we headed out to Nordstrom's Rack. We looked around there for a while. Then we headed over to Marshall's, which I had been trying to get to Marshall's for a long time. And then we headed over to Dairy Queen because my mom wanted a cone, and so I decided to take one too. And it was delicious. I was supposed to only have a couple bites, but I ended up eating the entire thing, including the cone. And of course, I had to go get my free breakfast at Denny's. So I hung out with the hubby after that. And your girl, the very next day, went out to volunteer because that's what I do on my birthday. Every single year during the month of my birthday, I go and I give back. I pay it forward. So I volunteered at St. Mary's Food Bank, and it was just as fabulous and fun as it always is. Every single year, I do it by myself. That's my way of giving back. And we're gonna wrap things up by hanging out with my cousin for her graduation. There she is, our graduate, Miss Dot. That is our graduate. And so afterwards, we did a little dancing at the Viquiva Casino. It was, what day was it? Was it Friday night? I don't remember. I know she was graduating and it was her 50th birthday. So we did a little dancing. I'm doing a little solo dancing right now. But nonetheless, we had an amazing time. And a little solo dancing never hurt anybody. Y'all don't talk about my moves. I'm working with what my mama gave me. That's what I'm doing. I'm working with what my mama gave me. And that's the sis. You know she's extra. If y'all don't know by now, she's extra. So she's doing her little salsa dancing. And she told me, just do what they do. And it actually worked out. It worked out well. And then we're off. We're headed to the car. Because by now, it's probably 1 a.m. and I'm exhausted. But that didn't stop me from getting up and going to Sam's Club the next day. Or no, that was Costco. And these are just my gifts that I acquired. And I acquired them from self, son, husband, sister, friend, cousin. Everyone just loved on me. And I'm grateful for it. I'm so grateful. Those roses are for my oldest. They're beautiful. He know his mama's colors. And y'all, that's the scale. Yep, gain that weight. It's all good. Happy birthday. Thank y'all. Hey y'all, so did y'all enjoy it? Did you enjoy it as much as I did? I hope you felt like you were right there with me all the time, all along. And I hope that you'll come back and see us again. So I'm just here to close out, and I'm having my coffee. What does it say? Just one more cup. So I'm having just one more cup. Just like I hope you'll join just one more time. So I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks so much. I love you guys. Peace.